You know, slow pacing can sometimes be good and sometimes it cannot. Especially when it's toying with the emotion of is she gonna win, is she not gonna win, is she gonna win, is she not gonna win. You know, sometimes I just wished everything could just have been wrapped up in one single chapter. Well, not everything, but at least these situations could have been wrapped up in one chapter. Only because, you know, toying with the emotion that she is going to win or not win is actually kind of aggravating. And I know, that's what makes a manga interesting. Cliffhangers. And, well, I hate to break it to you, I just normally do not like cliffhangers. Especially since it's not guaranteed yet if she is gonna win. Especially since this one showed some hints that something is very different. Yes, this is the Shokugeki no Soma, and I am the angry and offended despair reviewer. What am I? Well, the Megami. It's time for Mergumis round. Her fighting style shows off, and let me tell you, it has evolved, and that is actually what makes me concerned. Actually, this is actually the first time for real that Megumi's audience have gotten a foodgasm. I mean, they have gotten a dreamgasm, so to speak, when they have eaten her curry. But that wasn't exactly what I could call a foodgasm. It was more like a hospital dream, gasm. But now they got a foodgasm. I am actually a bit worried. I was actually thinking that the YouTube would make me do that. However, she serves the dish, a dorayaki. It's a very pretty simple dish. Then again, this is Megumi style, so it works. They open up and sees that it's a sweet white bean paste with apples that have been cubed and mixed into it. It has a delicious aura to it, while the black judge is always talk on how much dorayaki passed on from 800 years in Japan, and is slapping two pieces of castella together. Apparently he's very into that. They eat. And well, he is the first one to eat, and at first he is totally quiet. Then he gets his foodgasm, and the other have also the bite. They mentions that the castella cake caresses their lips as smooth as silk, and it's made with Japanese refined sugar, honey, and tofu. And that the sweet bean paste just melts their tongue. It's so vicious that it's so light, and its flavor sends an aroma wafting to the airwaves. And with every little bite, the slight bites of apple burst out acidity like fireworks in their mouths. It's a delicious one with joys that get to their brains, so to speak. And the dough itself has apple butter, which actually makes Momo slightly impressed. I don't exactly say that she's impressed. She just says, "Oh, so, well, who knows?" With that, they realize that Megumi has perfectly fused two different complete ingredients. However, they also says that for a professional to find it difficult to produce a smooth and glossy texture. So where did she learn such a special method? And apparently Megumi used the Buera Monte, which she also used in the sauce. It's a method used in French cuisine, as we see more of her training together with Shimoya, who hammered in the skills of many things, including the Buera Monte. And Megumi struggled a little bit. However, even though she seemed to fall, she still kept bouncing up. And even then, even though Shimoya is a very tsundere to everything else, and has met many blockheads and airheads in his time, he's still saying that Megumi may be a blockhead, but she is not an idiot. Which is, I think, is a pretty high compliment. And it's with that, Megumi's dish has evolved in her cooking. She has created an exemplary that exemplifies the spirits of her individual fighting style. And with the boxing gloves made of apples, it's packed with double the power. However, the judges still say they do not think that this can match the fine aroma and sweetness that Momo has. However, then we get that very predictable scene as, Anne looks at Megumi's eyes, and they see that although she's sweating, her eyes has not yet fallen. Wondering if there's something more to the dish, Anne takes another bite and suddenly realizes something. And that's where the chapter ends. You know, as I said before, it's his style, but I normally do not like this style of always cliffhangers and that and that and that and that. Don't get me wrong, I want Megami to win. It's just that this time it was a food gasm with hitting people like that. A little bit more like forcing style, kick ass and stuff like that. That is not Megami's style. Megami's style comes from the hospitality. Don't tell me Yuto has forgotten that. Or is this meant to foreshadow that Megami is taking a new style to cooking and it's just not her style, therefore she cannot win? Or is this meant to say that perhaps the real taste, the real foodgasm, or perhaps the real hospital comes once the second bite is taken, which Anne did now? I hope it's the second bite taken. All in all, that's basically this chapter. It was great to see my girl Megami having evolved into what she is today, and even more and more. However, I really wished she would just wrap this up yet. But we still don't know a single bit about Momo's backstory. And you know what? I read recently that apparently the authors, or at least the author Yuto, has said that he will explain why the Elite 10 sided with the Asami. Well, I'm just saying, when is that? I need to know already! But you give me your thoughts if you have any.